Okay, so hear me out. I've been struggling with my driver for most of 2023. And if you've been struggling as well, make sure you watch this video because it could be the most important YouTube video you watch all season. You see, not only have I been missing fairways, but I've also lost a little bit of distance with my driver. I've tried everything. I tried practicing my heart out. I even tried changing my driver, which really generally isn't the answer right in the middle of the season. And then I came across this and I thought, you know what, this is actually working really well for me. And I've kind of gone back to basics, and if this video helps you, I really hope it can get you hitting longer, straighter drives like I've been doing, even with this bad boy. These are the videos that I really enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong, I love course vlogs, I love reviewing the latest and greatest products for you, but if I can help you improve your golf, that for me is a massive tick in all my boxes. So what have I really changed? Because you see, I went up to Scotland the other day to film some more top secret content that is coming your way in 2024, and I can't wait to show you that as well. But you may remember the last time I went up there, I did a video saying, oh, the driver slid out of the way. I did a video saying, oh my, the lot's gone, I can't hit a fairway, I can't do this, my driver has gone to pot, and it's now seeping into the rest of my bag. And I was a little bit of a lost cause. I felt like I couldn't hit a fairway, and we've all been there when you feel like the first tee's just enclosing in on you. And then I changed a few things in my game, and I actually stood on the first tee here and did this. Hi guys, James from the future here. You'll see the sun's even out now and everything, and today I've just filmed a video on trying to hit as many fairways as I can, and these were the results. Help me play better golf. That's one of the best drives I've hit all year. Oh, it is as well. Oh yes. That is another one. If you want to hit more fairways, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. If you want to hit longer drives, throw a like on this video and watch to the end, because like I said, the results of what I've just done with myself are pretty frightening. And the big thing for me there is I haven't had a big warm-up, I haven't been in practice before. It was a really early morning, a little bit like it is now. And if I can do all these things and hit fairways, hit long drives without hitting balls. I even played in a charity day yesterday and I actually hit driver pretty well, especially off the first hole. I just stood up, hit it, and I was like, that's what it's like to hit a fairway again, and it was gorgeous. So the first thing that I've done is I've stopped kind of worrying about here, because I find that I get sucked into a trap of worrying about what it's like at the top of the backswing. And I'm sure a lot of you guys may get sucked into this as well, rather than worrying about how the club gets there, the momentum of how it gets there, the sequencing of how it gets there, and then obviously once it's there, how I can start that sequence on the way down to make sure I get the perfect delivery positions, but also the perfect into delivery positions, the perfect movement into delivery, because that's probably what I've been struggling with the most. If I was to hit you a shot now, you probably won't be able to tell a difference in how this swing looks. This is where I'm putting myself under pressure and try and do what I have been doing all the time. And this is one of the holes that I really don't like on this golf course. You'll see it's a really long, really narrow par 4, and I never hit this fairway. But this is why I wanted to start this video on this hole and show you that those demons are gone, I think. Oh yes, oh yes, and that was actually a touch toey, but that's fading up the right side of the fairway. That is a great drive for me on this hole. Like I said, I'm not a fan of this hole at all, but the big thing that I've found as well is, although I might not be hitting the middle of the face all the time, you can see that one was a little bit low toe, the driver's still performing for me. I feel like I'm still getting club head speed, which results in ball speed, and I'm still up there with the people that I'm playing with. I'm not lagging behind even if I don't catch it. And that is quite a big thing, because the last thing you want to be doing is playing with your peers who you usually either outdrive or are up with all the time, and you're 10, 15 yards behind. You start to wonder, what on earth am I doing? So what I've actually changed, the initial thing, there's 3 things I'm going to talk you through in this video which might hopefully help you as well. The first thing that I've done, I mentioned about not worrying about the top of the backswing. I've started thinking more about how I take the club away. Now you may think, oh James, you've done this before, you've been taught this by both Pete Cowan and David Ledbetter, and you'd be absolutely correct. But I've tried to simplify it for myself a little bit more, because I find that if I try and do all the things that I've been taught by those 2 fantastic coaches, I struggle a little bit, and I think that's me being open and honest. I think you have to be open and honest with yourself about your own game if you want to get better. So I actually feel like, yes, very similar to what David Ledbetter says, I want to keep the handle inside and the club head outside, but I feel like I bring that club in a little bit more, which might surprise a lot of you because my takeaway is inside. But then I feel like, almost like an old school Ricky Fowler swing, I try and then pick it up to the top of the backswing. So I am thinking a little bit about the top of the backswing, but more about how it moves into that. Then I feel like I've got a lot of room just to be able to turn my body into that ball. And that's where in the past I've worried more about getting the club out here, and it actually works more outside the line. Then I'm trapped, I don't get where I want to at the top, and then from there I'm just totally lost. So let's try and hit another one, and let's see if we can hit an even better one here now we've had a swing. And again, I'm going to feel like this club works a bit inside. Another great fade up that fairway. You see the footwork starting to loosen off as well now because we are hitting more balls. It is quite early in the morning here, but I wanted to do this video early in the morning when I was stiff and haven't had a warm-up, because I'm sure that's how a lot of you guys play. That's how I play. I know I should have a proper warm-up, go in the net, go in the practice area, but a lot of the time I don't have time, and most of the time I'd rather just get out here and kind of get going, unless you hit a shocker on the first tee and then you really wish you'd had a warm-up. So the next point is the sequencing of the downswing. And guys, if you're enjoying this, please make sure you do smash that subscribe button. We recently got to 250,000 subscribers. That's mind-blowing for me, but I'm so pleased you are here being a part of it. And throw a like on this video if you think it might help. The sequencing that I mean is making sure with this takeaway that it's all upper body to here. Then from there I can allow the legs to move. And I'm trying to do, actually, if you remember years ago, I had a lesson with Chris Ryan and I was striking it really well after that. Chris was a really massive help to me and my game. I'm going to say me and my golf, but then I'm just throwing random names in, aren't I? I'd love to have a lesson with Andy and Piers at some point actually as well. But as I moved away, I tried to straighten the right leg a little bit more because I stay really squatted down here, and that actually affects my sequencing more than anything. It stops me separating the upper and lower body, so that means I can't really attack it. And this is where I'm finding a little bit more club head speed. This together with the footwork that I've been working on. So the footwork that we did a video on Get Good at Golf just the other day, where I get to the top and as I come in, my left foot actually moves round a bit. So I let my left foot almost slide back a bit, and that means I can get spine angle back, hit up on it, get it out the middle of the face. When I move my feet, I actually hit it more central, which you wouldn't believe because you'd think, oh, well, you need to keep your balance to hit it central. Well, yes, you do, but actually, when you think about it, if I move more, then I bring the centre of that club a lot more into play. So there's those things, and then I'm going to talk to you about one final thing in a second, which is huge. That's the best one yet. That's the best one yet, and that's where I've really tried. I'm going to get you one more golf ball and show you what I'm actually doing with my weight transfer, with my kind of weight distribution, as it were, pressure distribution, because I am really, I'm really working hard. Oh no, I've got a wet grip. No! I am really working hard on making sure that I don't slide into impact, and by that I mean I'm not working this way too much and losing balance forwards. When I do that, that's when I hit the low hook, that's when everything can go wrong, and that's certainly not what we want to be doing. So the big thing that I'm trying to do is making sure that as I move down into the ball, yes, that left foot can move if I want it to, but I also make sure my sternum stays back. So once I've hit the ball, I'm projecting towards the target, not moving forwards, and almost feel like I'm sitting back a little bit. I'm not doing that because if I did that, I would top it, and that's not what I want to be doing. But I feel like if I can do that, it gives me that little bit more time to square the club face up, and I don't kind of turn it over, I don't leave it wide open. So essentially the golf swing now should look like this. And you can see there how I'm almost kind of back on my heels after I've hit it. That was a lovely strike, a little bit out the toe again, but I don't mind that with this Paradigm Triple Diamond because I get some really kind of nice low spin ball flights out of that. But guys, if that's helped you, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. Throw a like on this video if you are enjoying the channel, and hopefully you'll be hitting more fairways and hitting it up to 15 yards longer like I've been doing with those simple tips. Apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.